There, okay, so there's the first glimpse of the lake. This is a peninsula, lake on either side. And we're going to have a lake front and then 10 acres for the Run Institute.
Beautiful piece of ground.
Beautiful location.
Yeah, the Lord is good.
Clearing out and using for the residents, so we're looking at the lake. So this end would be where the housing is.
This is the highest point.
Okay, our thought is to put the housing, our staff housing in this area here, our house in this area here, with the lake view and grass and sort of a area down below reaching into the lake, and then behind us the training center, and behind that the agriculture up on the top of the hill.
So now I'm turning around looking up
Out to the water.
on top of the hill where the training institute would be.
So what the idea would be is that the training center, the entrance where we came in with the truck, the training center would be on the one side, the actual school, and then on the other side would be the residential, and where we would live and where our staff would live. So would overlook the lake. A roundabout, bring the road in and make it the center of the roundabout. There's a palm tree there. Yeah, there's a palm right there.
Oh, yeah.
2 of them.
Mm-hmm.
That could be our front yard right there.
Yeah.
With the underbrush all cleared away, the lake will be as clear as can be. Even got dragonflies for neighbors. Here we are, ready to dive in.
Oh, wow.
We're going on a canoe ride.
Yes, just there. Yep, reminds you of Navigable.
Isn't it?
There's our canoe ready.
So we're busy just looking at plans, trying to determine where we are. There's a lot of acreage here, perhaps 250 acres, and we're looking at trying to get 20 acres out of it. But this will be part of the waterfront of the land that we would be purchasing. From this point it will go that way, perhaps something like 400 feet, then back where we have walked through on an angle this way to make up the 20 acres of land. And as you can see, there's a lot of trees and growth in here, so we assume this land to be quite fertile land. We will have someone come and check it as well, of course.
Audrey, if you come forward and take this a little...
Okay.
Talk? The palm trees are already in there, and those trees over the water, so if you clear out all the underbrush over there, you could easily put a house up above
Kind of a magnet.
where this palm, if you move your camera up there, you see there's a palm tree up over the brush there. So if you set a house up there and overlooking that, you've already got all your trees setting for your landscaping. You know, so that this whole area is obviously very fertile. That would be a beautiful spot for a house.
Really
in there.
beautiful.
Just gorgeous.
Really good.
I know.
That island?
Yeah. Just gorgeous.
I know. They are there because they will not be indicated here. But as I said,
I'd love
if
to have
you
that point there
are
for
not
the front of
always,
our house.
In keeping
Perfect.
track of the
Yeah, I think that will be included in our...
yes, it's
Hopefully.
this way. So here I'm trying to
I don't know, we
imagine
can't
that
see. You
for
could
me,
walk out, swim out.
And you think this something towards the water line.
So that might be over
yeah,
there.
this one goes around this. This follows the water line.
Choo-choo.
Ready?
Take this opportunity to introduce to you Mr. Deswell Nsubuga. He's an agriculturalist. And most of his time he's been working with Coffee Marketing Board, but now he's a retired man. He's a businessman at the moment. So should he say what he has in his mind now?
Thank you very much, Mr. Kawisa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, whoever may be listening or hearing or seeing, I'm very much pleased to say that I welcome the Full Gospel Church, this site where we are sited. I feel strongly that the future for Uganda, not this site alone, this site of course would be known by the name Bwerenga, the village, but for the whole nation, Uganda, I feel this is something that's going to help boosting the progress of the church and even the development of the nation. As you've been told, I'm an agriculturist. Yes, it's true. I went to USA in 1959, 61. I was at Oregon State University, Corvallis. Under the sponsorship of the International Institute of Education and with a grant from the federal government of the United States. So there I studied agriculture. And on my way back, I started serving the nation. And from the beginning, 61, I was at Kawanda Research Station for 1.5 years. Then I went to the Coffee Marketing Board, Uganda Coffee Marketing Board. And I would say I've been highly privileged to work for that board because I did practice what I thought was of benefit to me when I went to the University of Oregon State. So remembering whatever I saw in the US, the developments and whatnot, I've felt very much gratified to see people from that area coming over here to cause some development. So let this be a token in a way that you are welcome, please. We have got the area here for more and more development. As you see the waters around here, all the peninsula that way means and we would wish to see developed with the standards that I would say in comparison with the Aberdeen city in Washington, is it?
Yes,
Yes.
Aberdeen, Washington.
Yes. That sort of atmosphere, if one can imagine. So thank you.
Good. Stop in a minute.
Welcome, Mr. and Mrs. Peterson, Pastor Peterson, and his wife, Lewis.
Got it.
Yes. And the RAN ministry.
Yes.
I know that this church came to Uganda about 1960. And according to me, although I don't go to the church, but having been to the US, I used to go to Baptist churches, go to the Methodist, go to the Episcopal, go to quite a number. But they have been the church, this Full Gospel Church has been with us since then. And seeing that there is progress, so that we don't go far away.
Yeah.
But then he will tell me the date when he will come. And for me, let me carry out the exercise of locating these, so that by the time he comes, we will not waste too much time. So I'm going to do a bit of your what? Under some specific terms, all right? Yes.
Do a little bit of
Yeah, I
his work, yeah.
expected to know actually.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, that I welcome the RAN ministry to this site, Bwerenga. I feel even more privileged to announce here that Bwerenga is becoming more and more international, because it was 1966 when I welcomed the East African External Telecommunications to establish a radio station for overseas contacts. So this is an addition, you see, a gap of about 22 years. But this radio station I'm referring to, although now it's out of use because of modern development, it has been replaced by the satellite radio station at Mpoma, some 16 miles out of Kampala. Yeah.
So we have a radio station that'll reach right to heaven. Excellent.
Time I came with a boat with one time, and when I got there, I started losing my what? But then I said, what? I had got that place. It was, historically, it was a place for our old people.
Beautiful. The trees are gorgeous there.
I don't want just to give it away like that.
No, I understand.
But still, you have the access to it
Mm-hmm.
all the time.
And you were saying that at one time you had a vision, you were telling me about some Ugandans and some Europeans coming to this
yes,
very land
yes.
to do some development.
This was October 1987. Huh? I had a vision where I came and found a mixture of Ugandans and white people doing some construction on my land.
Wow.
Then I said, how come that these people are here without my permission? Then I grumbled on my own. I went my way and up to the lake. Then on my way back, I said I better inquire fully. I went to these people. They were dressed in gowns, whites, and as if they were engineers. Then they said, look here, we are here on behalf of the government.
Oh.
We are doing construction. Then I said, then they told me, please, you see, we've done so much construction already. By the way, this is not even the only part. You see the other side, I could see almost skyscrapers. You see? Then I thought it was, to me, it meant some vision, because maybe I was thinking too much about it, but still it came to be true when I saw Pastor Peterson coming and showing interest building up, and even looking for other sites, drawing away himself for over a month, and yet coming back saying, your land is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So I feel that maybe there is God's permission that this
When our
site will be
pastor was here the end of July,
Yes,
we brought him out here to see this land.
yes,
And we went on the other side where the cliff is.
yes.
And he liked it very, very much. And then 2 weeks ago, he phoned us and said, I really like that land. Don't you think that that is the land that you want? And so then we
And
came to see you again.
Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I think there are some things which we read in the Bible and say, God has got some way of guiding us. So I think you would see that now I'm talking to you, you didn't know me.
No.
But what I'm talking to you tends to combine with what you're telling. So I think we have to agree that there is some choice of God.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
We agree.
Excellent.
This is the property down on the other side of the peninsula. That's where we've come from up there. And this is just panning around now. Show you that the lake is very close. It's just a narrow peninsula. And here you see the fishermen's boats. There are the boats. This is Lake Victoria, near Entebbe, between Entebbe and Kampala. And that's looking across on the wider stretch of land that goes to Entebbe. This is a beautiful spot. It's nice and breezy. It would be nice in the hot season down here by the water. And this is all this gentleman's land. He's got some 500 acres here. Just looking across the other side, you can see the others. I went for a walk around to see the rest of this land that goes right down to the water. He's very, very proud of this land. And I guess it's really something to be proud of, to own so much land right here. That's another shot of another little southern peninsula, which is on his land on the other side. The only sad thing about it, this whole lake is filled with bilharzia, and so we're not able to swim in it. And many of the Africans who do swim in it are doing it because of the fishermen wading out, taking their little canoes out. They have bilharzia and they suffer with it all their life because they're not able to take the treatment. There they come back again from their trail through the woods. This is right on the point of the peninsula. And this gentleman was going to have a resort. He was building it when he had to stop because of all the wars. And this was the center with the kitchens out behind the dining room. Here, right on the water, fully surrounded 3 sides by water. Gorgeous place. The palm trees right down on the water. Listen to the water all the time, lapping up on the shores. Beautiful spot. He does plan to finish it. A lot of work yet to do, but once he finishes, it'll be great to have it right here so close to Entebbe. This is from the other side of the building. And this is what he's built right on the very point.
Yeah, it's magnificent, isn't it?
It really is.
We really need to be on our way.
This is the garden of tomatoes, beefsteak tomatoes from America, seeds rather from America, and then behind that you see a whole field of pineapple. Many, many pineapple growing there. Of course, in amongst the banana plants. And here you see the pineapple being peeled. Yes, they really look good.
So delicious and, you know.
Delicious and juicy and sweet.
Just need to come and taste one. I'm just peeling one now.
You're peeling one now.
For us to taste the food of
Uh-huh.
This is the honey in the land.
This is Joseph. He knows how. It's not the first time he's made a pineapple ready to eat.
Yeah.
Joseph is operating on the pineapple again, huh?
Yeah.
Joseph is the best surgeon for pineapple.
Yeah, he's doing a real job. Sorry, it didn't. Oh, there it's on now. Oh.
The best, the very best in the world.
Comes
Got
from
Hawaii
Uganda.
pineapple just beat to smithereens.
Juicy,
Like it was dipped in honey.
sweet.
Sweet and juicy and so good. And when you're thirsty, it's the best drink in the world. Mm.
Looks like Kuwait is saying the same thing.
Started on the wall.
Yeah.
Sweet. Juicy. Kind of interesting.